J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings is one of the most compelling fantasy book series ever written, and his expansive world-building throughout the saga is truly inspiring. Several modern fantasies are influenced by his incredible work, and it's no surprise his Lord of the Rings novels also became critically acclaimed movies. Tolkien's books focus on many fantastical creatures and races, but one population in particular is especially unique compared to the rest. Tolkien's hobbits are one of his more original creations, and their distinctive qualities make them easily recognizable compared to others. While they have many interesting traits, the hobbits are known for walking around barefoot, with no need for shoes or protection, making hobbits' feet a hot topic of discussion. Thankfully, Tolkien does briefly touch on their origins, and based on his books, it's likely hobbits' feet were an evolutionary adaptation of men. The hobbits' hairy feet in The Lord of the Rings is probably evolutionary. Their evolution from man created distinctive qualities in hobbits. Frodo from The Lord of the Rings. The Fellowship of the Ring custom image by Yida Chacon. Tolkien doesn't dwell on this topic throughout the books, but the hobbits' hairy feet are likely an evolutionary adaptation they developed over time. In Tolkien's prologue to The Fellowship of the Ring, it is mentioned that hobbits are most closely related to the race of men. However, due to so much time passing since the hobbits' evolution from men, one can no longer discern the true relationship between the two species. The hobbits' distinctive qualities, such as their short stature and hairy, leathery feet, distinguish them greatly from men. While the reason for their evolution is unknown, hobbits evidently had a need for tougher feet than those of men. The hobbits depicted in Tolkien's books have no need for shoes or protective footwear, as their feet have evolved to create protective soles and extra hairy exteriors, likely in order to shield them from the climate and other harms. The protection on the hobbits' feet is why they can walk around without shoes. The hobbits cross Middle-earth without need for footwear. Hobbits' feet are described to be covered in thick curly brown hair, and accompanied by leathery soles, a trait first revealed in Tolkien's The Hobbit. These qualities are what enable hobbits to walk around without shoes, even for incredibly long distances, like Bilbo's escapades across Middle-earth, or Frodo and Sam's journey to Mount Doom. The extra hair on their feet is thought to help keep them insulated against the weather, while the leathery soles act as a shield against the environment. While there is some mention of hobbits wearing boots in Tolkien's fantasy books, they are not a necessary accessory used for everyday wear. In the prologue of The Fellowship of the Ring, Tolkien describes the hobbits of Eastfarthing wearing dwarf boots in muddy weather. From this example, it's likely the hobbits only need shoes to avoid getting dirty, and less so for protection or warmth. The hobbits' extraordinary feet have enabled them to do much, as several have traveled incredibly far distances throughout the Lord of the Rings series.